Now look at my dance. What is my jam?
And, Coach, we come at you from the shores of Lake Erie. EA Sports has the coverage of the NFL from First Energy Stadium here in Cleveland, Ohio. The folks here in Cleveland, even though all the down years, have never stopped supporting their hometown guys, and we got evidence of that a moment ago as the Browns made their entrance. They are ready to do battle with Matt Ryan and the Atlanta Falcons. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10. And they'll go with a ground attack here. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. First down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid game.
And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Detroit! Detroit!
The first carry for a former 49er and also a former Buckeye. It's Carlos Hyde. Vic Beasley able to make the tackle. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
On 3rd down, that's Lindsey. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take it inside the 40 to the 39-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old-school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. Was that 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive, and like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. They'll run it now out of the gun. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And the Falcons grab it. And they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. Ryan will bring the Falcons up now, 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Now it's Ryan. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Emmanuel Ogbah in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. To throw is Ryan. And it's hauled in by Austin Hooper. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down.
I do believe we'll see a little bit more of this as this game progresses, because when you can have that type of a gain in the middle of the defense, it hurts them in so many ways, because most teams like to be strong down the middle. And if you can sting them there, that open things up for you on the outside as well.
But that's where their big tight end, is so good, that middle third, the seam routes, the in routes. Yeah, you're right. Probably see more of that.
Yeah, it takes a lot of courage and fortitude to go in the middle as well, and he's got it.
Eluding the pressure right. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a 1st down.
A first chance in the red zone for the Falcons now. They've got a 1st and goal from the 10-yard line.
22!
They'll run here with Freeman. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Devontae Freeman with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Falcons have taken the early lead. Bryant tacks on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Now here's Bryant to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Browns offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
And throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. Now a handoff looking right. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Gun! 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 Set! Green, 39!
On 3rd down, Mayfield being chased out left. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 42. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. This is Freeman on 1st and 10. Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
On 2nd down, Freeman. And not much running room. Down to the 32. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Alongside Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, it's the Falcons in possession to begin quarter number 2. They'll come up on a 3rd and 4 here to start things out.
Gun! Gun! Gun!
Here's Ryan. And that is incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So they'll pass on what would have been a 49-yard field goal attempt, and they're going for it on fourth down. They'll try and throw for him with Ryan. Flushed out right. Now he's going to let it go deep right sideline. And that is going to be incomplete. Dan Quinn's guys unable to come through there on fourth down. And this Browns defense stands tall. And the Browns getting set to go. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. Now they try the right side here. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it second and a foot or so. I think you mentioned in the opening drive that these guys needed to establish the run, protect the young QB. I actually wrote that down, believe it or not. So how would you assess things so far?
I'm kind of touched that you actually wrote something like that down. I appreciate that, partner. But I do think they've been able to do that. Maybe not as effectively as they've wanted to, but I think we'll see more of as this game goes along because they want to continue to take care of that young QB.
And they'll go on the ground. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
A first down carry here for Johnson. And he's over midfield and into Falcon territory. The tackle made there by Tack McKinley.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Play action now. Here's Mayfield on the move to his left. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. He'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's third down. And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. And on the ground they go with a running back. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a fourth down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Detroit! Detroit!
Now a handoff looking right. Nice move at the 40. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. A gain of 26 and a conversion there as well on fourth down.
I like the reasoning. It's too far for a field goal, and it's too short to really get a big field position edge on a punt. Let's go for it. And sure enough, it's the ground game that's able to convert for him on fourth down.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. Tackle made by Deidron Sinnott.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. The Browns on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8.
Watch it now, Barney! Barney!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup there, but it's going to take him to fourth down. So now the Browns will turn it over to their field goal unit here. And his kick is right there. It's good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. Now, that's something of a pick-me-up. The offense certainly has struggled, but they do get the field goal before half to put 3 on the board.
Yeah, you don't want to be shut out, but let's face it. Those 3 points, that's not going to solve all their problems either.
Atlanta now coming out on the field. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. But good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. They can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3, and that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
So 2nd and inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker. Now a first carry for their fullback. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. More from Cleveland after this. Ryan on the handoff. It's Freeman. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
On the give, this is their fullback. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
Let's face it, you always want a team full of guys who can get you first downs and big plays of all styles, but you've got to have a big man. You can just turn and hand it to, and he can be dependable in picking up first downs.
They go play action here on first down. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Jamie Collins in there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Now Ryan going to give it to Freeman. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. And now a timeout called defensively by the Browns, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
Get up!
Off the play fake to Freeman. It's Ryan. Looking downfield for Jones. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-round pick, Demarius Randall. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10.
Watch it now, Barney! Detroit!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And a short gain across the 15 to the 17-yard line. Grady Jarrett with the tackle. The Browns try to get back and set quickly here. Time ticking away. Mayfield now on 2nd down. Completes this to Callaway over on the right side. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. On 3rd and 1, here's Mayfield. Looking for Landry, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 23. And he's given his guys a shot for late points as they will take over in range for a field goal or maybe more. Suddenly it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. A handoff, Devontae Freeman. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. As they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here. They get it to him running left. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. The Falcons on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here. They come out here in the I. They'll try and run. Freeman. And he gets in. Touchdown, Atlanta. Devontae Freeman in the final seconds of the first half. And the Falcons will extend their lead.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it, that can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook. But even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff, because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
Good point. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. The Browns offense heading back out to take possession. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Someone moved. Flag is out. That's going to be 5 yards.
And that'll drive coaches crazy. You work all week on dealing with loud crowds, on dealing with motion, and then you have a guy jump.
A false start backs him up 5. 1st and 15. Final play of the half. Mayfield. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver Landry. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So we have reached halftime now with the visiting Falcons out on top. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Here's Khalif Raymond to return. Now a hit and a loose football. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line.
Let's just call that play exactly what it is. Needed, because they wanted to get back in the game. And they knocked the ball free, and now they have a chance to do exactly that.
They got the chance. Now they have to take advantage. And they'll run it here. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Ricardo Allen, the safety, makes the stop.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Sharp move, but can't find much space. Dropped just inside the 20. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
And as we've seen throughout this season, it's no picnic trying to score touchdowns against this unit. They're ranked number 1 against the run. But it's also difficult because it's not easy to throw the ball against them either.
Steps away to his left. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's 4th down.
Well, that was excellent coverage right there, and he definitely did the right thing, showing that discretion is definitely the better part of valor. Threw it away, preserved the opportunity to kick for a field goal.
And excellent coverage. And right now the human is controlling the defense, so good job, human. So a decent drive there to start the third quarter. They only salvaged 3 out of it, but they inch a bit closer.
Yeah, but still lots of time to go in this one. That's why you hear that clapping on the sidelines, right? Hey, got some points. As you said, inching their way back in. Time left to go out and get that victory.
Atlanta now coming out on the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Now a play fake here on first down. Escaping the pressure right. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Larry Ogunjobi able to get in there and take him down for a loss of 3. So following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13. Now Ryan. It's caught over the middle. Hooper. And he's able to get out to the 32. Brought down there. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
The Falcons on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Ryan. And he's got Sanu. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. Ryan to Sanu, good for an Atlanta first down.
But give the defensive guys a little bit of credit. They didn't let the deep ball beat them on that play, did they?
No, the drag, that guy can be your safety valve. We saw it right there.
Yeah, and they picked up a first down for him, too.
And now a 10th carry for Freeman. A big hitter there, a first down gain of 26 yards.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral, also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Freeman again, a first down carry. And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line. Brought down that time by Christian Kirksey.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now a handoff. It's Freeman. And he winds up getting only a couple there, down to the 29.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
The Falcons on 3rd down. 21. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Coming left, it's Freeman. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
And this one is no good. He missed it. And this score will stay right where it is.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10. Now they try the right side here. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
Mayfield now from the 50. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up a second down. Final minute now of the third quarter. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that's going to bring up a third down. Throwing, Mayfield, dancing to his left. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. A gain of 26 on the third down conversion. They've been struggling in the passing game. Do you like the aggressiveness there? I mean, it worked on that play, but do you like it?
I do, because a lot of the time you're struggling because your passing lanes are clogged. That usually happens when you're throwing the ball underneath. People start to press up on you. Push them deep. Find some space and open things up again. Being aggressive there, I think, will pay off for them.
And we're back now here in Cleveland. It's the Browns with a deficit. They're trailing, but with the football here to start the fourth. And they'll go with a ground attack here. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. You'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
And for the Falcons, 5 men in the secondary, now on 3rd. And they'll go on the ground. He will push his way down to about the 14. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down. And now a timeout defensively by the Falcons. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. 1 score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Desperation time. Mayfield on 4th down. And this is caught. He hits Landry. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down. Felt compelled to go for it there on 4th down, trailing in the fourth quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a 4th down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You still have to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
And on the ground they go with a running back. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
The best offenses and the ones that win are ones that make adjustments. And right now, I think this team needs to open things up.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Now a 2nd down throw for Mayfield. And he's got this one complete to Callaway. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
I thought that wasn't a bad time to call the screen. I thought late game, down on the scoreboard, had to figure they were expecting a pass downfield.
Yeah, so the edge rushers, they're coming. That could have hit big. You're right. Good recognition defensively to snuff that one out. On 3rd down, that's Lindsey. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down. And his kick is good. And that'll get the lead down to 5. So an interesting call there to take the 3. I mean, I guess they're thinking that their hands were tied, but, you know, fourth quarter, that field goal might not help them that much in the end.
Yeah, eventually they're going to need the touchdown. The thinking must have been they didn't feel confident about picking it up there, hoping maybe on defense they can get better field position, get a turnover, get a better play, and then they'll have a chance to attack the end zone.
Atlanta now coming out on the field. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent. But
certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. On 2nd down, Ryan. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Jamie Collins in there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year. So the sack pushes him back, and now 3rd and long for Ryan and the Falcons. A fake to Freeman. Now it's Ryan. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. Now Austin. It'll wind up being a net of 41. 9-yard return, 50 on the punt. And the Browns will take over, 1st and 10. The Browns offense trotting back onto the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Tremendous read and reaction by the defensive tackle. And frankly, partner, it's not that often the DTs have that type of easy access back to the quarterback. Never bought the play action fade.
Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. And Callaway taking it in left side. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. They'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for 3rd down. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. Buying time to his left. And that's caught inside the 35. He's got this to the 30 before being taken down. That one will go down as 33 yards on the 3rd down conversion. He's back to throw. Forced out to his left. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. David Njoku, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Browns have moved out in front here in the 4th quarter. Here we go now as we get set for a big 2-point conversion. Here's Mayfield. And this is caught. And it's a 3-point game. So they make the decision. They want a 3-point lead versus a 2-point lead, and they got it.
Yeah, at this stage of the game, it seems like the exact right thing to do. Put a little pressure on your defense, but the biggest thing now is you're making the other team chase you.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And here now come the Falcons. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
The drive will start with a carry by Devontae Freeman. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Didn't get a whole lot there, but at least he got out of bounds, stopped the clock.
True on every count there, because I know for a fact that when that call came in, it was tagged with these words. Make sure to tell him, if he doesn't have anything, get out of bounds. Save the time on the clock. Now they've got to start considering what their play calling is, because they've got to push it downfield.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. They'll look to throw. Sanu with a grab over the middle. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
Now you're right on the edge of field goal range. You still got time, but get up to the line of scrimmage and get set.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Now Freeman, he's been busy today. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. The stop for no gain brings up 2nd and 10 from the 20. Back to throw. He completes it to Julio Jones. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. A good pickup there of 20 yards. Ryan now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. They run. Devontae Freeman. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Back to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
So the sack pushes him back, and now 3rd and long for Ryan and the Falcons. Here's Freeman. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down. Now there's the timeout, signaled for with 2 seconds to go. And the field goal unit likely trying to send this one to overtime. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. With 2 seconds left in regulation, this to force overtime. And his kick is good. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here comes the Falcon offense now as they get set to take over here. They're set for their first drive here in overtime, and this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Emmanuel Agba in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Now it's Ryan. Looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Freeman. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on 1st down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
A 20th carry now for Devontae Freeman. He's got this to the 30 before being taken down. A big run there, 29 yards and a first.
That outside handoff to the left, that play has to warm the heart of an offensive line coach because they controlled the left side where they were supposed to. They didn't allow anything to leak from the backside on the right side of the offensive line either. Well played.
Yeah, and it created a big run. Now it's Freeman. And he'll take this inside the 30 to about the 29, maybe the 28-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. 2 minutes to go here in overtime. We'll be back after this.
22.
This is Freeman. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. And now the Browns are going to take another timeout. They'll be left with just one remaining here at OT. The Falcons on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is going to be 3rd and 13. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. It's a pickup of 13, but they're still a bit short, and it'll be 4th down. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. It'll be their 2nd and final timeout, remember, here in overtime. We'll be back. So a big move here, playing to win in overtime. They're going to go for it on 4th down. They'll run for it. It's Freeman. And he'll have the 1st down, getting this one to the 14-yard line. A gigantic call there in overtime, but it pays off with a 1st down. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Now the pitch to Freeman. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a 1st and goal.
I hope we give enough respect to the big guys up front because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through them, picking up 1st downs.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. In overtime, you have to be smarter than that.
A personal foul just can't happen. Have to have poise.
So now then the penalty's got him set up with a first and goal. And they'll turn to a power game to try to get in. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
After a play like that, there should be congratulations all the way around, I think, because if you can stop a big fullback like that, that's not easily done.
Yeah, he does not go down easily. You're right, but he did there. Second and goal, and the lone man in the backfield is Freeman. Oh, how about this call down near the goal line? And he will take it in for a Falcon touchdown. Partner, a great game that we got to see and making it extra special. Not only did I get 4 quarters with you in this one, I got some overtime, a little whipped cream on top.
Look at you, trying to make this whole thing palatable.
I just want you to pay for my meal later.
And you really just wanted 4 quarters what you wanted, but how much fun was that? We had that type of a game where we got us to overtime, and then we get the dramatic ending to finish things off as well. What a game.
So for the Falcons, the train just keeps rolling 9-0 now to start this campaign. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Dallas Cowboys.